One of the best compliments that you could ever receive as a real estate agent is being told by your clients you are absolutely everywhere. You're crushing it. You're blowing up. Every time I log on to Facebook, you're there. Every time I go to Instagram, you're there. It's like I cannot escape you. You must have a lot of money on your hands because I see you absolutely everywhere. That's one of the best compliments that you could ever receive from your clients or potential clients. So I want to share with you exactly how to do that because it is not as expensive as you might think. You may be thinking, well, Jaime, I would love to have that problem. I would love for people to compliment me in that way. But A, I don't know how to do that. But B, I don't have the money for that. It's probably thousands and thousands of dollars, but you would be surprised. So I'm going to share with you exactly how to do that on Facebook and on Instagram right now. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to spend zero time wasted. So here we're in the ads manager, and where we're going to go now is, and remember to get to your ads manager is business.facebook.com/ads manager. Now we're going to go, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to audiences, and we're going to park it here for 2 seconds to really illustrate what's happening. The reason that people think that you are absolutely everywhere, the reason that people think that you have absolutely blown up is because they see you over and over and over again on social media. And how you're able to do that is by the concept of retargeting. So retargeting means you are showing yourself over and over and over again to buyers, to sellers, to investors, to future clients. And the reason that you're showing over and over and over again is not because you're spending millions of dollars in your advertising campaign, but because you are strategically tracking the individuals that engage with you. And the 3 ways that I want you to really hone in on for this particular strategy is your website, your Instagram/Facebook page, and then your customer list, so your database. So what we're doing right now is called a custom audience. So a custom audience is an audience that you bring to the table to Facebook. So this is a custom audience that's exclusive to you. Only you can use this custom audience. Nobody else can use it. Meaning if I upload an audience right now and you go and try to find that audience with your ads or at the ad set, wherever you're selecting the audience that you want to target, you're not going to find Jaime Resendiz's list. You're not going to find that. That doesn't exist. This is only exclusive to me. So what we're doing now is we are creating that custom audience. So anytime somebody goes over to your website, let's just say you run an ad at some point, or somebody got your business card and they went and checked you out on your website, well, the moment that they land on that website, now they're retargetable. So it goes back to that concept of retargeting. So now you have pixeled them and they can be followed through the internet, especially here on Facebook and on Instagram. So I'm going to show you how that works, but then we're going to complete the other elements real quick. So Instagram and Facebook, the exact same thing. The moment that somebody engages with your Facebook page or likes your Facebook page, let me rephrase that, business page, we want to make sure that we make those distinctions very clear. You have your Facebook personal profile, and then you have your Facebook business page. We're talking about your business page. So you cannot retarget people that are friends with you. That's not a thing. But you can retarget people that liked your Facebook business page, that engaged with your Facebook business page. Those are the folks that we're talking about. Same thing with your Instagram account. So your Instagram account would need to be branded, or the business account. So just make sure that you have that distinction made out. And then your customer list is that the one that you bring to the table to Facebook. So you upload your database. You have a database of 500 contacts. Well, get those 500 contacts and upload them to Facebook. So I'm going to quickly show you how to navigate this very, very briefly so you know what we're talking about. So the website, there's a custom audience that we're going to quickly create. Now the website, how does this happen? This happens because you created your Facebook pixel and you installed your Facebook pixel. For the purposes of our video today, we're not going to cover that. So I'll make sure that I link the video up in the cards that give you the exact breakdown on how to install your Facebook pixel and where to find it, because ever since the interface changed, it's a little bit problematic on getting there. So You can include people who meet any of the following criteria. This is a pixel that you install. So at this point, the Facebook pixel, what you created and you installed on your website, it's already there, right? But you can also select all website visitors. If that is the only place, if it's on your website and that's the only place that your pixel is on, then you're going to include all website visitors. But you can also specify specific web pages. So if you have a page specifically speaking to buyers and you have a page specifically speaking to sellers, you need to create a custom audience for each of these, because if they land on your buyers page and never visit your seller's page, then you want to only identify them. Same thing with your sellers. If they only go to your seller's page and don't touch the buyer side, then that gives you a bit more of an insight to your audience, of who your audience is. So in your URL, if it stays the same, then you're gonna put equals. So if it stays the same, you're gonna put equals. So in this example, if I just wanted anybody that went to my website, for one, I wouldn't restrict it to specific websites. I would just go to all website visitors. But if they went to my website and that's the only retargeting filter that I wanted, I would make sure that it's equals. Now, if I wanted to retarget just people on my website, regardless of where they went, then I would make sure that it includes at least my domain. So anytime that somebody goes to jaimeresendiz.com/blog as an example, I'd be able to retarget them. And then you can also refine further, but we're not going to go that far into it. The audience name it something that you're going to easily remember. So this way you can call that audience back whenever you're advertising. And right before we head out, I'm going to show you where to do that callback, where to actually put these custom audiences into place so you can have that retargeting, that omnipresence that a lot of people are seeking, where, wow, you're absolutely everywhere. You want that compliment. You absolutely want that compliment. All right, so we're gonna X out of that for a quick second. You can see I have a few pages here set up. So I've targeted based off of days, and I'll show you what that looks like. So we're gonna go to custom audience one more time. So you saw on that website, we selected 30 days, but with the website you can go up to 180 days. So the past 6 weeks you're able to retarget anybody that landed on your website for the past 6 weeks. Now your Facebook business page, this one can go all the way up to 365 days, so a full year, which is pretty awesome. Now include people who meet any of the following criteria: anyone who engaged with your page, people who currently like your page, anyone who visited your page, anyone who engaged with a post or ad, anyone who clicked a call to action button, anyone who sent a message to your page, anyone who saved your page or any post. Notice that you have options here. Notice that if I just wanted to retarget people that liked my page as an example, I can do that. And then here in the audience name, I would make sure that I call that audience out. So people, so you have the ability of seeing, let me rephrase that. You want to make sure that you're able to identify the audience by the name, so you don't have to spend your time digging through, how long was it? How long ago was it? So this is a great way for you to know. So notice one thing. People who currently like your page, if you click on that, nothing happened. This goes away. This goes away. So people who engaged in your last page, this is what I was talking about, 365 days. So this is what has a timer on it. You notice that people who like your page, well, if they currently like your page, you can advertise to them. It doesn't matter how long ago they subscribed. So that can be seen as a workaround, if you will. But at the end of the day, you have that option. So here you would just put, kind of like what I did over here. I'll X out of it so you see it. Jaime Resendiz Realtor business page, 60 days. That's why I do it that way. That way it's very succinct and I know this is the Realtor page, the business page, and it's for the past 30 days. All right, so let's go to that other one, the custom audience, which is the Instagram account's gonna look very much the same, so we're not gonna cover that. The customer list. This is where you upload your database and make a custom audience based off of that. So you see how to prepare your customer list. You can, in the past, you had to absolutely make it the exact same way that their guidelines suggested, but at this point, that's not the case. So here it just gives you some additional information on what identifiers are meaningful. So include at least one main identifier. So email, super powerful. If you have an email, you're doing very well. Phone number, same thing. If you have a phone number, you're doing very well. These two are going to be your primaries, meaning if the user used that email that you have or that phone number that you have on record to create their Facebook account, you're in the money. You're in very, very good hands. The mobile advertiser ID, it has its place. Facebook app user, same thing. Facebook page user ID, if you had that, that would be huge. That would actually be huge, but very few people even know what theirs is. I don't know what mine is. First name and last name. So when it comes to the email and the phone number, those are your two primary identifiers that you absolutely want to upload. Either get one or the other, ideally get both, but certainly if you're gonna upload a list and you don't have any emails or any phone numbers and only have the first name and last name, you're in trouble. I'll just be honest with you, you're in trouble. You need at least one of these two. But anyway, we're gonna continue going. So does your list include a column for customer value? So if you know your customer's value, you can include it, but here we're gonna put no. And then you can upload a list or you can just copy and paste it. So I'm just gonna download the sample file that they give us. So let's see if it opens up somewhere. All right, so this is a custom file that they gave us. So I'm just gonna use that custom file data, and you see I just pasted it. And then I would just go through and create it. So if I go to create, if I put untitled, it's gonna start mapping them out. So you see here, all the identifiers that I can create. So email, 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 phone, 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 mobile advertiser ID. So again, I mean, if you had that, that'd be huge, but who has that? First name, last name, zip code, city, state, country, date of birth, and then year of birth, gender, and age. This is powerful. Of course, this is a sample data that's gonna have everything. Very rarely will you have all of this. Actually, it's gonna never happen, just so you have realistic expectations. And then the things that it could not map was the user ID. So that's something that I just did not find. So there I would just go to page user ID and they would map out. Alrighty, so these are the three that I want you to look at. I guess three and a half, because we have to throw in Instagram as well. But this is a way that you're able to retarget. This is a way for you to be receiving those compliments that say, wow, you are absolutely blowing up. You're everywhere. This is the exact same way that all of these advertisers that are charging you thousands of dollars per month are doing their advertising. Take power back. Put these strategies into motion yourself. You're going to be saving yourself a lot of money, and you're going to be wildly successful if you put in these basic principles along the way. All right, so I signed off a little bit too early. I forgot to do one big thing for us. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to share with you where we actually call this audience back out. So my apologies on that. And on this one, I'll just go over here I'll create one, and then it's not going to matter which type of campaign. I just want you to see where we call that audience back. So we're going to go to the ad set right here. At the ad set, here where it has the custom audiences, this is where you're going to find the audience that you just created. We didn't create any one of these, but then you'll see the pages right here. All these little buttons right here. So you see the pages right here. These are the ones that are the custom audiences that I was talking about. So just wanted to give you that full picture, because I did promise that I would share with you how to do that callback. You just click in that custom audiences section and specify that audience that you wanted to bring back or advertise to. And now all of the people that are found by Facebook on that custom audience will be seeing your ad. And that's how you achieve that omnipresence that you're seeking.